Imagine two worlds colliding in slow motion right in front of us. On one side, the future. Artificial intelligence, billions of dollars in investment, promising to reshape our world. But here's the catch. They don't tell you in the tech brochures. AI is hungry. Not just for data, but for electricity. And it's running headfirst into a wall made of rusted steel and outdated politics. Welcome to 2026. This isn't just another year for energy. This is the year the grid breaks or bends. I'm your host, and this is Energy Unlocked. Today, we are re-breaking down the three massive forces shaping our energy world right now. The insane power demand of the global gas glut that's changing economies, and the quiet race to rebuild a grid that was never built for this. Let's start with the elephant in the server room. AIS, power consumption. We aren't talking about a small increase. We're talking about a seismic shift. According to Bloomberg and EF, power demand from U.S. data centers alone is projected to hit a staggering 48.3 gigawatts in 2026. To put that in perspective, that's like adding another entire state the size of Maryland to the grid, just to power servers. Analysts at S&P Global warn that this is pushing specific power markets, like the PJM interconnection in the Mid-Atlantic and the ERCOT grid in Texas, toward their reliability limits. We're seeing grid tipping points emerge because the power supply just is unkeeping pace with this explosive growth. The International Energy Agency, or IEA, recently reported that right now, over 2,500 gigawatts worth of projects that includes renewables, storage, and huge loads, like data centers, are stuck, waiting to connect to the grid. It's the mother of all traffic jams on our electrical highways. So, we have this exploding demand. Logic would say energy prices should skyrocket, right? But here's the plot twist for 2026. Even with all this demand, we're entering a period of energy abundance, specifically natural gas. A massive wave of new liquefied natural gas, or LNG, is hitting the market. We're talking about 29 million metric tons of new export capacity coming online just this year, led by huge projects in the US and Qatar. The IEA predicts that 2026 will see the fastest growth in LNG supply since 2019. This is flipping the script. The market is rapidly shifting from a seller's market to a buyer's market. But this gas isn't going everywhere equally. In Europe, demand is actually expected to drop by 2% as they push for efficiency and renewables. The real battleground is Asia. The IEA expects Asian demand to jump by over 4%, driven by China and Southeast Asia, where industries and cities are hungrier than ever for power. The result? Analysts at Clur and Goldman Sachs predict that Asian LNG prices could average around $8.80 per million. British thermal units this summer, a significant drop that eases pressure on developing economies. So we have the demand and we have the fuel. Problem solved. Not even close. We've forgotten to build the roads for all this energy to travel on. The IEA calls it a systemic bottleneck. They are congested, and they are becoming the single biggest obstacle to the energy transition. In the European Union, 40% of their distribution grids are over 40 years old. They were built for a world where power flowed one way, from a central plant to your home. The European Commission estimates they need a staggering 584 billion euros in grid investment by 2030. Who's to keep up? And it takes up to 12 to 17 years to approve a new transmission line in some cases. We're trying to win a Formula One race with a horse and cart. So, what does this all mean for the future? It means 2026 is the year pragmatism becomes the new buzzword in energy. We aren't just picking winners between fossil fuels and renewables anymore. It's about making them work together. You have oil majors like ExxonMobil actually building gas plants designed to run AI data centers, but with attached carbon capture technology. At the same time, investment in grids jumped 17% last year, and storage is booming because if we can't move the power, we have to save it locally. The World Economic Forum says that in 2026, the key words are growth, resilience, and competition. Solar, wind, and storage are the ones that will win the AI race. So, here's the reality of 2026. We are living through the most complex energy puzzle in history. AI is demanding more power than ever. We have a temporary flood of natural gas to help meet it, but our creaking infrastructure is threatening to bring the whole house down. The big question I want to leave you with is this. What do you think breaks first? Our AI ambition or our power grid? Let me know in the comments below. I read them all. If you want to understand the forces that actually run our world, we're just getting started. In our next video, I'll dive deep into the copper shortage, the one metal that might bring the entire energy transition to a halt. Thanks for watching. Stay curious and stay powered up.